Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to another episode of
Occult Class.
Oh, you crushed it. You almost fucked it, but you crushed it.
I thought you were gonna not say it.
No, we gotta learn to do this teamwork thing. That's how you become great hosts.
I don't know what I said it a lot louder.
Yeah, it was almost there.
Occult Class.
This episode is what? It's all aquatic based, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't know, but that thing might fly, huh? I don't know. But yeah, pretty much aquatic. Mine's freshwater, and I believe yours is
ocean. Yeah.
Fucking Christ. You got me
so
on guard. I'm like, mine's freshwater, yours is ocean. Dang.
Umida.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, fuck it. I'll just get into mine straight up. My first one, actually both of mine are from a new book I got called Mystery Creatures of China, The Complete Cryptozoological Guide by David Shu. It's basically the first comprehensive guide of cryptids, all based in China, from like Chinese texts and stuff. So a lot of them are their first time coming to the West. It's super neat. Both of them are lake monsters because they're the first two monsters in the book, and I said, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because the monster, cryptid, alien, space ghost podcast I listened to 5 weeks ago, they also did the first two things in the book, and I was like, oh, yeah. I think most people just pick the first two, huh? So I got to read about it twice, basically. And my first monster is the Lake Lieta monster. The Lake Lieta monster is located... What?
No, how do you spell it?
Lieta. So Lieta. I don't...
Okay, yeah.
As always, I don't really know how to pronounce most things, so I'm just guessing.
At least you're trying. That's fine.
That would be my assumptions. The Lake Lieta. It's in the southwestern part of China, inside the Wahu Mountain. That is Wahui, so it might be Wahui? We'll go with Wahoo. Sounds fun. Wahui?
Wahui?
I don't have any Chinese friends to help me. So I'm screwed. It's a screecher. It's a creature described as a living treasure. It was recorded in Buddhist texts in the local Jiki temple. The temple was built more than 1,000 years ago. So this is an old cryptid. Tibetan caravanners who travel around the lake have believed the creature to be 3 meters, bluish, with yellow dots. And it spouts water from the lake like a porpoise, I guess. Or a magic trick.
Like a porpoise.
Yeah, right?
Do porpoises
Other reported...
water?
I think all of like dolphins, porpoises, and whales, some of them do, depending on the species. They got the nose thing. They go, and water flops out.
The blowhole?
I don't think they mean like a squirt gun. Yeah, I just think it means water pops up when they feel like it.
Just like going around spitting out water from its mouth.
Yeah, well that's like a fountain, like the big fish fountains. It just yeah, no, it could be. They don't describe it as such.
Okay. That makes
some
more
of the
sense.
reported appearances are 20 meters long, hoary, comb-like crests on its head, serpent-like head with crocodilian snout, large eyes, and sometimes it's reddish-black instead of blue and yellow. I prefer blue and yellow. That's more interesting. The lake itself may be the cause, though. It has 3 major phenomena. 1, amorphous luminous shapes that you see in the water, whirlpools that have been found, and bubbling holes in the lake during the winter when it's frozen over. It's pretty spooky. Could be aliens.
Could be aliens.
Or ghosts. Could be. It might be those. Might not be an animal. In 1994, dead yaks were found on the side of the lake, attributed to the beast. Because why are all these yaks dead? Any explanation?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, right. It has to be a monster.
It has to be a monster. It can be like maybe disease.
I don't know.
Were they
that seems
attacked?
weird.
It
doesn't say.
I mean, the forensic scientist from this time.
Yeah, it doesn't say that either or. That's the thing. The accounts in the book are all really short. Each one maybe 2 or 3 sentences.
Oh.
Just to get straight to the point. They do have all names, though, almost. There's only, I believe, one story that didn't have the names of the people involved, and that one started with allegedly. So I assume that means all the other ones are actual recorded accounts, which is rather neat and interesting, because normally it's just people see Bigfoot. Like this next one. Hong and Nikeerta spotted a large animate object in the lake. They witnessed it move for a minute, disappear, arise again the next day, and do the same. 2 local farmers witnessed a serpent-like creature sticking 2 meters out of the lake.
That's pretty
Different
big.
people. That's 6 feet.
Yeah.
For me. Apparently Canada too. You use feet sometimes.
Yeah. What?
Well, I don't know.
I
You guys
don't-
use feet sometimes? I don't know.
We use feet.
As far as I was taught, everybody hates the feet system except America. I'm glad Canada also sometimes can look at it.
We use feet for height, but unless it's like a building.
See, that's even funnier to me that you use feet sometimes.
I think it's because we're attached to you. We have to communicate with you
Yeah,
guys a lot.
so you just get used to
we
it.
don't go by
yeah.
centimeters.
But all of these measurements are in meters because it's from China. And he's Chinese, so he's not going to fucking change the system for just stupid America. We just use meters. It's pain. Hate using 2 different ones. A 20 to 30 meter whirlpool with a dark animate object in the center protruding from it was seen. What could that be?
Could be
in 2006.
Could be the dark water
Huh?
coming out from underneath, but okay.
Nah, it's a beast.
Did I tell you my dad got sucked up in a whirlpool? In Mexico?
Did he survive?
Spoiler alert, he survived. He did lose his wedding ring,
Oh,
though.
oh, what the fuck? It ate it.
Yeah, and sucked it off his hand.
Yeah, whatever.
Tip, if you're in a whirlpool, actually curl up into a ball. Wait until you hit the bottom
get
of the
launched?
floor. And then kick off the floor sideways. To any direction sideways. Don't go up, just don't, well, obviously you can't go down, but just
What
go
if the
sideways.
whirlpool's too big?
Then I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah, right? Mm. In 2006, a Japanese television crew videotaped brightly luminous, shining orbs turning clockwise in the lake water.
Wait,
and spouting
what?
water from it. Yeah, a Japanese television crew saw these orbs in the water and water spouting from it. Supposedly it was aired in Japan, but the book obviously does not have a recording of the episode. It'd be weird. It's a book. 2008, a different television crew stationed looking around found dead yaks by the lakeside and could hear knocking from under the ice. It's pretty scary. Ghosts, I
roommates
think.
just got home, so if you
Are they
hear
a lake
things-
monster?
No.
Ask
But
them if they
you
believe
hear
in
noises-
lake monsters.
I don't know. They probably don't believe in that.
Idiots. So here's the case that was the supposedly one. This one does not have an actual name, so he just said supposedly a woman and her daughter were by the lake when a large creature erupted from it and tried to pull the daughter in. The mom ran over and punched it and ripped her daughter out of the lake. Saved her.
Huh.
Saved her baby from lake monster. So from these, what would you guess this lake monster is, Christine? Because he gives a few theories, and I picked some of my favorite ones. What do you think a lake monster would be?
It's in China.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem because I don't know what the wildlife is in China.
You can use a general terms. So you think it's like a big old fish?
I don't think, maybe not a fish. I was thinking like if it was like a seal or sea lion. Because
A blue sea lion, Christine?
Well, I don't know. Beluga? What would be
Yeah,
blue? Because, well, dolphins.
That's one of his theories. One of them could be an archaic species of whale, like you just said.
Yeah.
A giant pickerel, which is a big-ass type of fish.
Mm-hmm.
The classics of dinosaurs, it could be a mosasaur or an ichthyosaur. I always think that's probably the least likely of all of them.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure those are kind of dead.
Because I would sooner believe a large mammal or a fish, because we find those. The only large reptile that I know of that lives anywhere in the oceans and things are crocodiles and turtles.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's a turtle.
don't have much, like, variety to choose from. So maybe it's a big-ass crocodile.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Because I think more people would turn up dead. By turn up, I mean never turn up.
Two of his ideas are ones that sound the most likely to me for the extra phenomena. One being some kind of hydrometeorological phenomena due to the lake's high altitude, cold climate, fuck that up, and it's surrounded by 3 mountains. Mm-hmm. So a lot of air currents pushing on it, making whirlpools and
could even affect, like, it could
weird lights.
Like, I wouldn't say boil it, but like it would affect the water pressure. Move it.
Well, his next one was methane gas coming from the bottom.
Oh,
and
that's
I was actually
super
thinking,
likely. If there's fire, then that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, well, he said that, and I was already thinking,
because that's what will-o-wisps
springs
are.
because of the water melting, the ice. I was already thinking of heated springs because I lived in a pond that had springs in it.
What is happening?
You have a dog? Is that a dog, dude?
No, I'm pretty sure that's my roommate.
Your roommate sounds like a cryptid.
I think she's friend over.
Say their laugh sounds like that of a jackal.
Yeah, okay. It's great.
Well, that's the Lake Lieta monster.
That's really interesting. It's probably methane gas, because, like, if it's producing fire...
Sadly, yes. Well, it could be methane gas, and I think a big fish, like a big bass.
Maybe. That'd be pretty cool.
That just jumps out of the water and people think it's long. It's a big-ass bass.
Big bass. It's a marlin.
The Lake
no, it's
Lieta
actually freshwater,
bass.
so it wouldn't be a marlin.
God almighty, Christine.
Yeah.
Get your fish correct. Now, yours
Mine
is a bit more supernatural, am I wrong?
all of these are supernatural.
Mine is probably just gas in a fish.
Mine is probably people seeing weird stuff, because they're
Yours,
on the
I'm pretty sure, is like a big demon ghost, if I remember
it's
correctly.
A big demon ghost. Yeah. So I'm gonna be talking about Umibozu, which is actually one of my favorite yokai, just because of how, like, actually terrifying it would be to see this thing. It is said to show up in the ocean. Like, the ocean will be, like, you're sailing out in the ocean, and it's clear, and everything's nice, and then all of a sudden the water will start to, like, go crazy, and black clouds would form. And then, like, a mist would form, and it will rise from the water. And it's this, like, big, shadowy creature with a bald head. So that's why they call it, like, Bozu. Bozu, like, means monk. So it looks like one of those, like, Buddhist monks with the shaved heads.
Well, could you imagine if it didn't, and it had a hairy head? Like, it just was like a man, like a big businessman? Yeah, like a bowl cut? Oh.
That'd be hilarious.
Be like, oh, shit.
But all you can see of it is these horrible judging eyes. Horrible eyes.
Oh, it's like
so
punk,
creepy.
Huh? Comes up, it judges me for fishing.
So creepy. It's not even about fishing. It's just like you existing in the water. It's just like, I hate you.
What a dick
And
comes out of there. Who's the think he is? Poseidon? Fuck him.
They're not even kind. They're terrible. So, like,
no?
Yeah.
Giant shadow eyeball demon isn't nice?
So they are said to, like, capsize boats for those who try to talk to it, and I'm like, why would you even try? Also, it's gigantic. I'm not sure if it could hear you even.
Well, I mean, it depends on how the interaction is. This is all happening, and then it just comes out of the ocean.
And you're like,
and, like, how long and how awkward does it have to be before you go, Can I help you? And then he pushes you over, and you're like, piece of shit. Because he's just staring at you, so you expect him. He wants something, right?
Yeah. So there's
No, he's just waiting for an excuse to push you over. What a dick.
There's two ways it will wreck your boat. One, it will just like take its hand and just smash down and break your boat.
Classic.
The second
That's the
way
funnest
is
one.
that he will ask for a barrel.
Oh, I've heard of this before.
Yeah.
What does he do with
So
it again?
He asks for a barrel, and then he'll scoop the water from the ocean, just put it on the boat, and then sink the boat that way.
Oh,
So-
that's great.
so
It's
you're
like a
supposed
weird
to-
trick.
You're supposed to give it a bottomless barrel, so it can't scoop up anything.
Yeah, obviously, everybody has one. What the fuck does that mean? Do you mean a barrel with no bottom?
Did I say?
Wouldn't that still get the water on the boat though?
Not as much. You wouldn't be
What?
scooping it. No, because it would just fall out.
How,
Like a
Christine?
cup with, like, you do
the
literally
math
have a
of
tube
this.
with water. And be like,
Oh, a tube.
Like a tube.
Okay, I was just thinking it was a barrel with no top nor bottom, so he's still just putting a bunch of water on my fucking boat.
no, there's nothing in it because the water just falls out.
Well, it gets it to fall off of the boat somehow.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, most boats have like places to get rid of water out. Otherwise, it would be stupid, right?
Yeah, but even if the barrel had a bottom, wouldn't it still come off the shit
it's-
in that way?
I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand.
I was
I don't
thinking-
comprehend this
thinking-
bottomless barrel plan. I don't think it's very useful. I think they couldn't think of
I
anything.
don't know. This is literally what I was reading, and I'm like, okay, it was in that book, the yokai attack thing.
Oh, yokai tech's cool.
Mm.
Is that the one I have?
Yeah. I just don't have
Oh.
it, so I was going off of other things that people have read, and they said they quoted it from
Well,
that.
then yokai tech's great.
Well, I'm gonna get it.
It's really good. It has a lot of colorful art and stuff.
Yeah.
I just suggest anyone who's interested in yokai to buy it. It's really fun.
Mm.
It's a good coffee table book too, because it's only like 7 inches by 5 inches. So it's really teeny.
One of those
and
ones you
it's
put in the
just very
bathroom.
pleasant.
For this light reading.
No, I don't want people to poop on it, but
Well, you don't poop
coffee
on
table definitely.
books. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's covered in poo air. I don't know if I want my book covered in poo air. Thanks.
Poo air.
No, the one where the Umibozu rises out of the sea and pushes you over. Everybody's pooing on him. It's rude.
So Umibozu is supposed to be the spirit of a monk who was pushed out of a village and gave a watery grave to, kind of thing. And he was angry.
I thought you were going to say pushed off of a boat.
Pushed off of a boat.
And I was like, oh,
Well,
of course.
technically-
No wonder why he pushes boats over.
Yeah, so he's just like...
Oh, was he?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the angry villagers were like, oh, you didn't, save us from this weird spirit. So they put him into... Like, they killed him by ocean. They, like, made him drown.
Yeah.
So he gets angry, obviously.
Well, yeah, that happens. At least that's...
Oh my god.
Eh.
An eyelash in my eye. This sucks.
I understand the Umibozu more now.
Yeah, well, I still think... I think it takes away a little less of my fear from it, knowing more about it, but I still...
I don't know. That makes it
hate
worse
that
now.
idea of this horrible monster coming out of the water and just staring at you. Or like you're going over a wave and all of a sudden you see this like shadowy creature. It's creepy.
I do find it interesting that a lot of yokai, a lot of them, because like in Western folk tales and stuff, you either trick them and then run away, or you learn a lesson. But a lot of yokai, it's just, here's this completely pointless thing that'll fool them. It'll save your life though.
It'll save your life.
You're like, all right, great, I'll write this
It's
down.
like a cucumber.
Bottomless
Here you
barrel.
go.
Never speak to it.
Never speak to it. Yeah.
You're like, all
Don't
right,
even
sick.
look at it.
Yeah, don't even look at the thing. It's kind of like demons, I guess. Like demonology. If you go to a haunted place, don't even fucking talk. Don't even look. Just
Well,
keep your eyes down. Run away.
we were watching those guys, and like one of the things is that he's like, "Don't be afraid of the
That's
demon." And you're like, "Really?" Just say,
Yeah,
just
that's-
repeat,
yeah,
"I'm not
thanks.
afraid of you, demon." And you're like, "What?"
The demon's gonna. He can tell you're lying. He can smell
gonna
your
say,
fear.
he's gonna-
That's his thing.
See through that light.
Yeah, he's gonna call bullshit. Be like, your pants are all wet, liar. You're like, well, I mean, not
I'm
scared.
not scared. I swear. That's great.
Scared.
That's my story.
That's the Umibozu. He's pretty cool. Don't talk to him.
Don't talk.
He
to
likes silence.
I wouldn't.
So should I go to my next one, or do you want to do your last one?
No, you can go to yours.
All right, I have a second one, everybody.
Wow.
The Lake Tianchi monster. This is another lake beast, referred to by a nickname, Jilly, lucky fellow from Jilin, or Jilin, incorrectly called Guau
Wow.
in Western texts. Yeah, it's Guai, Gua, and then Wu, W-U.
Guayu?
Guau. Yeah, I can't say it correctly.
Doesn't help that my internet
Or I
is
might
making you
have, I
sound
don't
like
know.
you're just glitching out and it's screeching in my ear.
Yeah, like a robot. That's just a generic name for monster, though, in Chinese, so people just heard them say monster and wrote it down. They actually refer to it as a Jili, lucky fellow from Jilin, because this is China's most notable lake monster. So it's like Nessie, so they also gave it a nickname, because everybody fucking sees it all the time. And they're sick of calling it the Lake Tianchi monster. So they said, it's Jili. Lake Tianchi, also called by Lake Tianchai, Taminjus, Tamunomu, and Chionji, or, translated, Heaven Lake. So it's a pretty lake. Actually, if you look at the pictures, it's a gorgeous lake. That's the one I showed you.
Yeah, no, because I remember hearing about Heaven Lake before.
Yeah, the water's fucking
It's
super pretty in certain
pretty.
spots. And it's surrounded by, all of these lakes I've seen have really great mountain vistas. Because a couple of these eye sightings are just of painters painting the landscape. And they're like, oh, there's a beast in the lake.
The beast in the lake. It's all blue and stuff.
Well, not this one. This
No, I
one's
mean,
a
the
more
lake is
normal one.
It's just so incredibly blue. So pretty.
Yeah, this lake's great. It's located in the north of China, on the border with Korea. It's a caldera lake on a volcanic mountain of Changbai. The reports of this cryptid date back to the 19th century, so also been kicking it for a minute. Most commonly described as a long-necked, blackish-gray creature. Its skin resembles that of a seal, and it's seen to swim in the lake. Quite often, there's 2 or more. So, strangely enough, unlike a lot of other lake monsters where it's just like, I saw a giant plesiosaur, I saw 4 creatures frolicking. Which I think leads a lot of credence to, oh, that's actually... I don't think I ever hear that. That's really rare to me.
It's not usually I saw a pack of something. It's like usually I saw
Yeah,
the
it's
one
always-
thing.
Yeah, I saw this weird long creature that exists instead of I saw animals in the lake. Which that makes me really want to go there now. Like, normally I 100% just think it's probably bullshit, but this one really made me think, oh, these are probably just big ass
Did you
otters.
see is there a tourist area, like a lodge nearby?
I don't remember if it said there's a lodge, but it seems like there is, because there's multiple times where it says tourists, obviously, but that could just be one person. But there are also large groups of like 10 to 30 people, which makes me think there must be an inn somewhere that has some sort of tourist boating, because I don't know why else 20 to 30 people are on the lake all at once. That's a big ass party.
True. Like,
A lot of the descriptions are similar, but there are a few that are just weird. Like, 4 local hunters spotted the monster in the 19th century. It was big, golden, and had a big horn and long whiskers.
so a dragon?
Yeah, that was just basically a dragon back in the day. They saw a dragon.
They
Other
just saw
ones are
Farash.
a large ox-like creature with a fin on its back, finned ox. But that's I think there was 1 ox, 1 dragon, and then another one someone saw a yellow-necked creature with a white head, and then another was a large bear-like beast with the floppy legs. So like a big walrus.
Like a big walrus with
In 1903, 8 hunters traveling around the lake saw an odd-looking animal by the lake shore. It growled and blundered towards them, but one of them shot it, and it bellowed and ran back into the lake and disappeared. So there's been interactions, supposedly, like actual physical, I shot it, and it got mad and left. And that's a lot of them, they're always more than 2 people. That was 8 hunters together. So 8 people are either lying about shooting something, or 8 people saw something and shot it. In 62, Zhao Fangying noticed 2 black blobs frolicking in the lake. As he watched, he noticed that they had dog-like faces. So, like an otter. Little chubby faces. 76, a group of 20 to 30 people saw an ox-sized creature crawling on the shore of the lake.
Ox-sized?
Yeah,
That's
so very
huge.
big. It's very big, yeah. That's why one of the theories is a seal or a walrus.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Probably
probably
more of a
walrus
walrus, because that's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, one of the theories is a long-necked walrus, so really weird-looking walrus. An official of the Mountain Natural Reserve saw a 2-meter black creature with short, pug-like legs leap into the lake. This is the most common-ish sighting, is just a long-necked black thing swimming around, spinning in the lake. And this was a natural reserve worker of the mountain, so he's there all the time. Kind of a bit of credence, because you don't really want everyone to think you're just crazy and work on the mountain. That's one of the, especially with such an actual realistic thing. I don't know. This is one of the few ones that actually is getting to me. Normally, like, Bigfoot's probably not real. That's stupid. Especially a lot of the stories with Bigfoot are, Bigfoot showed up in my room and stole my clothes. And you're like, what?
Did you ever the one where the woman said she like had sex with Bigfoot?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Oh my God.
Bigfoot fucked me. It's like, what?
He came
Jeez.
to my house and he was rocking a huge boner. And then
thanks.
I don't know what happened, but something came over me. I'll show you that video later.
I fell in love with Bigfoot. I don't want to watch it. That's bad.
So bad.
In 1980, an artist painting a landscape saw 5 beasts thrashing on the lake's surface, about 4 meter long, with dog-like faces. So that one sounds the most like big otters out of all of them, because otters love to just spin around like weirdos in the
They're
lake.
just goofy. They're goofy creatures.
Yeah, they're weird. They're basically
They do
the
tricks
dogs
for fun.
of the water.
They do tricks for fun.
Yeah, they're great. Super great. This is my favorite one. In 1980, a witness saw 7 or 8 plump white creatures with no visible heads or tails emerge from the lake. Which makes me think, 8 babies.
The babies aren't
Scooted
white,
up.
though. They're like grayish.
It could be of this species, though.
Like maybe.
Little white blobs
Usually you
popping
want
out of
your
the lake.
babies to blend in more. That's why wolf cubs, even the white ones, when they're babies, are brown grayish in nature.
It's true.
So that seems a little odd.
Yeah, could be odd, though. Maybe that's why they're so endangered, because their babies
Maybe
stick out like a
They
sore
just have
thumb.
terrible.
Yeah, they evolve bad. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
In 86, 70 people saw a brownish black head with a long neck raised from the lake, sink down, and then repeat such action a ways away. So 70 people at once saw something in the lake. So either it's mass hysteria or they saw an otter.
Or they saw. I know.
In 93, 4, 5, and 6, the same sightings of multiple people seeing long-necked creatures just in the lake swimming, or black blobs just making a crest in the lake. And again in 2010, 11, 13, and 14. So the sightings have been going on forever, and they don't seem to be going any worse than normal. But he doesn't have any recorded things from any time after 14. So hopefully that doesn't mean they're extinct, if they're real, but could be. No.
Could be.
So out of my great descriptions, what would you think this could
it's
be?
It's definitely an otter.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like an otter. One of the most interesting theories he has, though, is a creature called an allodesmus, which essentially looks like if you took a seal, fused it with a bear and an otter.
How do you spell it?
So it's this big hairy seal with big ass teeth. It's spelled Allodesmus. Allodesmus. So it's an ancient big ass seal And that would kind of fit all of the things together. If it was some sort of evolved species of
That
Allodesmus.
looks like a sea leopard, but like way crazier.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's this big ass angry sea leopard.
Wow.
But obviously, since it was ancient, it would be different by now. That's a neat one. Just a vanilla long neck seal or otter, which is just that. Of course, a plesiosaur, but that one seems weird.
That one does seem weird, considering the dog-like
Plesiosaurs,
face and things like that.
Yeah, and it seems to play around. Doesn't really seem like a reptile that I know of. I mean, some play, but I don't know of many fun crocodiles. They all just seem to be dicks. Or, this one's funny, an Asian black bear, misidentified. They have been seen to swim across, and everyone knows bears look weird when they're wet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'd just be like, its head's sticking out. They'd be like, oh, gross, it's a beast.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna stir in this water. You guys are mean.
Yeah, like, ugh.
That's funny.
But I like this. This is probably currently my favorite water beast. It's way better than Nessie because
it's really cute.
it's just an otter. Yeah.
Also, Nessie went missing apparently.
Well, yeah, it's been gone for a while.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Nobody's been seeing Nessie.
I mean,
Nessie finally died.
maybe.
Rip.
But then again, wouldn't we see remains of Nessie?
No, it sank.
Sank.
It's really dense. Also, we just talked about this earlier. Nessie might be a ghost.
Oh, right.
Yeah, animals could have ghosts. We don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
Which leads us perfectly to your thing.
It does. So my second topic, I'm going to be talking about another yokai because I guess I'm just that person.
Yeah, if you guys want anything special, like next week, I'm going to look into Ghost Abraham Lincoln and other ghostly presidents. Please comment, and maybe Christine won't do a yokai, or comment on more yokai.
Just give me more yokai to talk about.
Yeah, either or. They're always appreciated.
I just feel like if I go to cryptids, I'm going to take something away from you. I feel like I'm just going to...
Don't worry, there's like 1,000
I know.
cryptids for me to do. I have a whole book of Chinese cryptids.
That's super cool. Yeah. Or you can give me a ghost story. I can research some ghost stories or haunted locations.
Or aliens. Christine would love to look up aliens.
Yeah, okay.
Ask Christine about the Pleiadians, please.
No,
she can go look into Pleiadians.
This is the last time.
Yeah, that's funny. So yours is... what's the yokai called?
It's the Bake Kujira. Which is a... I think Kujira just translates to whale. I'm not sure. Bake means like monster-ish like thing. Ghost monster. Not supernatural thing. And yeah, it's a ghost whale is what it is. It's supposed to be like this spirit of whales that have been hunted for their meat and fat and things like that and their oils.
That is a very Japanese thing then.
Like,
that would be a very...
They've always been bad about the hunting. But
well, I mean, you gotta hunt stuff, but that's just like they've been really...
like you're not hunting because your village is hungry. You're hunting because you want money.
Well, yeah.
That's the greedy part about it.
Well, that's fine. You can do whatever you want.
I
just think
guess.
it's funny because that's like... I almost want to say culture, but more like just where they live, they have always hunted whales quite a bit. So that's really neat. That just seems like a tall tale already, though.
In Canada, we have the Inuit people.
They hunt whales still?
They hunt whales, but the thing about
a
kid hunted a whale recently, and people got mad about it. It's like you do realize that they're going to use this whale. It's not like we're going to sell it to people trying to make perfume. They're actually going to use all of this whale to feed their entire village because buying food in up north is impossible.
It's gonna hunt polar bears, dude.
Oh, I was looking at the prices.
They plague.
And it's ridiculous. I don't know how you could live up there.
You just said it. You hunt whale.
You have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, classic. Well, that's like that TV show Alaskan Off the Grid.
Yeah.
Live in Alaska and hunt badgers because I'm in the woods. It's cold.
Because they used the bones. They used the bones for art, and they used the bones for weapons and things like that, or jewelry. Okay, I'll get into the Japanese one though. So I think it's more about greed than it is about anything. It's like a spirit angry about man's greed.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you
So it's supposed to be this
kill too many animals at once.
skeleton whale that like it.
It's like Moby Dick.
Yeah, it's like Moby
It's
Dick.
like the great white whale, but he's cooler.
But he's a skeleton.
Yeah.
Which I think more games should use this because that's like a beautiful idea. Like it's like a really cool idea. This giant whale skeleton.
I looked at the picture of that
Okay,
in the Umibozu, and I was just thinking that they need to what?
No, because the one that you chose for the thing it's one of those old illustrations where somebody didn't know what a whale skeleton actually looks like.
That's fine. You don't like classical art? Christine hates classical art.
I just want people to do research.
Confirmed.
That's what I want.
There was no research to do back then.
I'm pretty sure that's not even...
There's no internet. Is he gonna go try to find a whale?
I feel like that picture doesn't even date that long ago. I'm gonna say that right now.
No, it might not.
I think
anyway,
yeah.
But
so
it still looks cool.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
It's a ghost. Glue however it wants. Jerk.
So, with this ghost, it's supposed to bring, like, if you see it's bad luck. It's a bad omen. Your village is going to see famine and disease. It's not a good thing if you see it. And the story goes that on a stormy night, long ago, some fishers that came from the village or the area of Shimane saw a huge shape, like white shape, off the coast, and they're like, "Oh man, is that a whale?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay, so that's a whale." So they're gonna go into the ocean, and they grabbed all this stuff, and when they get there, like they try to like kill the whale. They're like harpooning it and throwing things at it, but nothing hits. And they're like, what's going on? And they realized that the whale was actually like a huge skeleton of a whale. But there's...
Why can't we kill this ghost?
But like as soon as they realized what they were hunting, like everything just like got stormy. There was a squall basically that started. And
oh shit.
Yeah, and the ghost whale basically just
used its ghostly powers.
I think it just eats up the ship, but then it just leaves. The ghost whale leaves these like I don't know, it just
Fools.
leaves these people with this horrible storm.
Drown.
So
yeah, well, you fuck the ship up and then you let the sea do its thing.
They're really terrible. But
ghost whale's cool.
I think okay, so the villagers, like the ones who survive, come back home, and
you wouldn't believe it. I was just a ghost whale.
They come back home, and with them they brought this curse with them, and their village starts to decay, and people start getting sick, and like just bad stuff happens, and it's all because of this Bake Kujira.
It's a cursed ghost whale even.
Ghost whale. I don't know, I thought that was super interesting.
No, yeah, that's good. I like that. Well,
I just thought the name was cool, and then I'd look it up, and I'm like, man, ghost whale, awesome, and then I'd never read it.
Yeah, America should have a ghost bison.
No, that's true.
Just raffle stomp the bison.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming back, but we've raffle stomped the piss out of it at one point. Like, way worse than whales, because it was like all at once.
Well, you got, like,
there was like a kajamillion of them.
The reason for that, wasn't it to try to be not great to the Native Americans?
Yeah, that was a huge reason.
That's
One reason
terrible.
was just it's easy to just kill a bison and eat it as you go west. One was to fuck with the natives. Another was probably just greed. But natives was a big one.
That's stupid.
Because we don't need these. And they're in the way, you know. Big ass buffalo. Trying to make a farm here, asshole. It's a bummer. It's not a great time. Just
Man, if I was trying to make a farm, I'd be like, hey, buffalo, want to be a part of my farm?
No, but that's the thing. Buffalo will run up and kick you in the face because it's buffalo.
Yeah, they have not been. Yeah, fair.
I think they're kind of like a less shitty moose, if I was to guess on its temperament. I'm not sure, though. I've never met a buffalo. Bison?
Old cows.
Fuck. I always mix
They're
them
like
up.
cows from the past.
Yeah, but all things from the past are scarier.
I guess so.
Like, I mean, I know you love wolves, but I really don't want to hang out with a wild wolf just because That guy's, he's wild. He's wilding
Not
out.
that bad.
He might get mad at me, though, because I'm ugly, and he'll bite me.
You're not ugly. Also, what?
No, he'll get mad at me because I'm ugly, because I'm a person, and wolves don't care about none of that, and they'll bite me, and a buffalo will punch me in the head.
Most wolves attacks don't really happen. Like, it's usually coyotes.
Most wolves attacks don't happen.
Well, because it's not a wolf, because it's a coyote.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That sentence.
Sorry.
Most wolf attacks
No.
don't happen. All right, that makes more sense. Well, that's the thing. I always just assume it's the same defense.
No.
I just don't want to see any wild animal because it's gonna ruffle something
coyotes
because I'm
are
weak.
more used to humans, so they are cooler with attacking humans because they're territorial. While wolves are just like, no, we're just not even gonna bother. And they only hunt.
I've never seen a coyote.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know how big it is in
It's like a slightly larger dog.
Yeah, but I've never seen it though, so it's
Well,
weird.
if you come here,
It's like I finally saw a cow in real life, and you're like, holy fuck. Cows are
I thought you lived
huge.
in the middle of nowhere.
I live in the middle of nowhere. I live on Massachusetts on the East Coast. I live in like a town that's almost a city. What do you mean?
I don't know. Like I see
There's
livestock all the time.
I mean, I sometimes have seen horses and cows like in a distance in a field, but I mean like, you like close enough to touch cow's head and pet
you
it,
never.
and you're like, holy shit, this cow is huge.
My dad used to, when he was younger, he used to lay in the fields, and cows would come up and hang out with him.
Well, cows tend to be.
He
Pretty
said that
chill
one
now,
time he woke
'cause-
up from a nap from a cow licking his stomach. It felt like sandpaper. Because they got...
And the cow bit his belly button off.
You can't fit... What? It's concave already.
I don't know that. Why would I know your dad's belly button?
What, do you have an Audi?
I don't, but some people
That's
do.
true.
You trying to shame all the Audis
No,
out
it's
there?
just- it's
Jeez,
kind of-
I'm sorry,
It's
everybody.
rare. I don't even know
Christine
how Audis
hates
work.
you. It heals out instead of in.
I guess that makes
I don't know.
cleaning easier.
And I never thought of it. Maybe, yeah, probably. Well, that's a great way to end the podcast, everybody.
Scary belly
The
buttons.
most elusive cryptid, the Audi belly button. I don't think they're real.
I don't think that they're real. When pregnant mothers get it.
Nah, that's fake. That's a myth.
Fake. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, if you like what you see, or I guess heard, you didn't really see anything, unless you looked up Audi belly buttons, and if you like what you see, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's not that weird. It's fine. Do whatever you want. But, please comment with any ideas. Like I said, I'm going to do ghost presidents next week. I don't believe Christine has a topic
I don't
yet.
have a topic, so, whatever.
So,
I mean, it's probably going to be on the
she'll probably
Hanako-san
end up
and
coming with a topic by then.
Fiona
Yeah,
one.
see, she already has one.
Like, let's see, but
She already has one.
feel free to always comment, because, like, I would love to have suggestions.
Yeah, we'll always do it the episode after
Yeah.
if we already have one. Just save it, because that's why I'm doing this. This one's next
Yeah.
week's. Abraham Lincoln the ghost. Is he mad that he's dead?
I don't even know if there's prime minister's ghosts that we have. I don't think we do. That was not a very good sentence.
Nah, but it's a great way to end. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.